Creativity is one of the most elusive and nebulous parts of my profession. It's not a skill per se. It doesn't come with a certificate and ID card. It's also not a switch you can flip on and off. It is, however, something you can nurture and exercise over time. If you have done any kind of creative endeavors in your life, like play or compose music, paint, sculpt, take photos, write poetry, or act, then you know that there are times when you have spurts of great creativity, and there are times when you sputter out. So, what exactly is creativity? A simplified definition of creativity is that it transcends old ideas and conventions while making new ones. We live in a world of familiarity, from concepts and words to visuals and sounds. But sometimes there is a unique combination of the usual that becomes something unusual and grabs our attention. And when a creative piece hooks us, we're usually struck by how simple it really is. We sometimes think, oh, I could do that, or why didn't I think of that? But it's not that simple. The English language contains more than 170,000 words. But Langston Hughes only used 51 in his iconic poem Harlem. I wonder how many words he threw out before he finished. Our eyes can detect millions of colors, but we praise Edward Munch's two-color Scream painting. Do you think he started with 3 and agonized over which one to trash? Maybe that poor soul screaming is him trying to decide. Music occupies 20,000 frequencies on the sound spectrum, but Chopin created masterpieces on an 88-note piano. Did the low pounding beat in his Funeral March originally have more notes? These geniuses probably started out with too much of their medium, but knew how to unceremoniously get rid of words and pigments and notes that weren't central to the core idea. They also probably started with a few simple rules. I'm not going to pretend to know their processes for creating their masterpieces, but I think I can help you unleash your creativity. And it starts with simplicity. KISS. Keep it sounding simple. In the world of communication, this can entail journalism, literature, art, music, and even entertainment. Simplicity drives effectiveness. Writers, producers, performers, artists, and musicians are always striving to find the best path to get their message understood. When a producer brings a project to me, the script has already been whittled down by removing extraneous words and refining the message. It's my job to parlay that effort into an equally cogent soundtrack that will immediately inform the listener of its intent. Here's a concept that you probably hadn't given much thought to. The simplest and most effective message is the hardest to achieve. If you see the following newspaper headline, you might think, I could write that. Headline: Titanic sinks. But it might have started out as, World's largest ship hits iceberg. Hundreds feared dead. This headline tells us more, but takes longer to read and sort out what the news is about. At the time, the Titanic had been in the news almost daily leading up to its maiden voyage. Readers probably knew that it had taken off 4 days prior. They probably also knew that it was, quote, unsinkable and carried many famous people aboard. The purpose of the headline is to quickly tell the reader what the following story is about, not tell the whole story. The short, to-the-point, 2-word headline informs the reader what has happened, even if they've never heard of the Titanic. Something sank, probably a ship. It must have been big because of the name. It had people on board. Probably a lot because it's on the front page. Therefore, a lot of people probably died.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.